Hello everybody, I'm Duke James. This is Fez 3.0. It's been a little bit of time, so I'm going to go ahead and do a census in case you're wondering about this stuff. So we're going to look at population. There are 8,346 tenants living in Fez. There are 21,000 pups being born every year, 745,000 fighting age men, a little bit less than 1 million nomads. It's 772,000. Nomads are growing about 30,000 a year. There are close to 3 million residents, 2.8 million about. Hardly growing. This actually fluctuates a lot. There's a lot of movement of the residents in between cities, depending on where the work is and how much the amenities are in that province. Nobles, there's about 260,000, so actually not a whole lot of nobles really in our country. 55,000 of them are fighting age, changing by a little bit less than 1,000 a year. There are 93,000 burghers, natural change 363, and 97,000 clergy, natural change 200. So less than 100,000 burghers and clergy, which there's 74,000 total people in the country. Or 74,000 people. No, there's 74 million people in the country. So less than 200,000 of those people are burghers or clergy. We have a lot of peasants. If there's one thing we're full on, it's peasants. The peasant wealth is actually, the gap is closing. It was a lot more than this. Now it's 1.45, and their income is 1.45, and their spending is 1.485. So that's actually pretty good. Their fulfillment should be higher than it was before, and they should be not dying as much. The nomads are kind of screwed. They're about 0.6 ducats off, but they're nomads. Who cares about them? Residents are above. Their income's above their spending by about 0.1, so their fulfillment should be pretty good. So they shouldn't really be dying because they're, for the most part, because their needs aren't being met. They should probably just be dying because of the lack of amenities in some provinces, which I'm trying to correct. The nobles are negative 8 ducats, but they're nobles, so who cares? They have 500 ducats per capita. They'll survive. And if they won't, who cares? The burghers are above their spending by 10 ducats, so their fulfillments are really good. And then the clergy are just barely above spending. Yeah, the burghers' fulfillment is close to 2, which I think 2 is the max, and I don't think you can really get to 2. So I think 1.963 is pretty good, and probably the highest we would get. Maybe like 0.00 something would increase, but I think 2 is the cap. So our tenants are at 1.377, so there is room for improvement there. If we can get their income above their spending, they can get that increased. Alright, industry. Food is negative 500. Which we're growing peasants by 20,000 a year. I'm building irrigation. I'm conquering. I can continue to conquer the Mamluks, and these provinces on the Nile produce a lot of food. So if I can get that, I could close this gap. But I'm not sure I'll ever be able to really get my food production greater than demand, because we are growing by a lot, so I'm trying. Salt, we're good by about 80 units. Fiber, we're like negative 300. And I think that's only gotten worse once I conquered these provinces from Egypt, because Cairo itself has a huge... Where is it? It has a huge carpet industry. And a huge textile industry. Textile industry is almost 200. The carpet is 415 units. Those are massive industries right there. The carpet industry consumes 40 units of fiber, and the textile units consume 18. So more than 50 units of fiber are consumed in this province alone. So that's a lot harder than food to boost, so I'm not sure that will ever close. But that's fine, actually, because I think we can trade for that. Fuel is negative, but as I build more forests, there's a lot of forests down here, then hopefully that will close. Raw materials are good by about 15 units. Exotic goods, not good. I'd have to conquer some territories in the New World in Asia to close that. But we should be able to trade for those exotic goods for now. Consumer goods, negative. Military goods, negative. Naval is almost double. Industrial is good. Luxury is good by almost double. Knowledge is good by double. So there's some deficits, specifically food I'm trying to close. Fuel should close by itself once I build these forests down here. Alright, I just want to look at some map modes now that I didn't look at before. So this is a coal map mode. We don't have much coal in our country. There's 4 provinces up here, 1 province in Africa, and then this 1 province that I'm colonizing down in East Africa. So not a whole lot of coal. Not a whole lot of coal, but we shouldn't really need that, hopefully, with the forests. Which, let's look at forests. Yeah, there's a lot of forests down here, and the province that I'm colonizing has forest size 3,248. I'm also not sure how trading with your vassals works, specifically colonial nations, but if I can continue colonizing South Africa, South America, these provinces have massive forestries. Like this province right here in the middle, in the Amazon, has 7,677 forest unit size. 9,060 forest unit size in that province. The forests here are massive. It's that Amazon. We can just chop down the Amazon if we need to, as well, in addition to the provinces over here. So this province being unit size 3,000 makes these look pretty bad, but these are pretty good compared to these up here. So forests should produce fuel for us. Should close that gap. What's another one? Ivory sites. So the provinces in Africa also have ivory. So ivory, I think it's luxury goods. It's a mine industry, which is weird to think about. Yeah, it produces exotic goods. So to close that exotic gap, I could build some more ivory mines and harvest that ivory. In this province, the output is 3.3 exotic units, and it sells for 30 ducats, and it consumes rural labor at 8, so it's actually pretty profitable. Let's see if there's one that I can scroll through. That province doesn't have ivory. There's no core. You can't scroll through the menu. There we go. Yeah, so the ivory in this province, income is 23 ducats, spending is 6, so its profitability is 274%. So ivory is actually pretty good. Makes me feel bad, though, because I don't want to kill elephants. Even virtual elephants. Save the virtual elephants. think it's fine, because it's 1550. There's probably like 10 million elephants out there. Let's see. There's also pearls. Pearl sites. There's 2 pearl sites in Europe. And Aragon controls both of them at the start of the game. One of them, I believe, is Girona. Yeah, Girona has coal, pearls, sea salt, and metal, so that's a really good province for mining. And then this province over here, I believe, also has pearls. I'm not going to be able to see because of the map mode type. No, it's this province. This province has pearls as well. I have a couple provinces that have pearls. This one that I grabbed over here has pearls. Unit size 44. I think its profitability is actually less than ivory. This one, spending is 12 ducats, income is 25 ducats. And these 2 provinces over here, 3 provinces have pearls as well. I did not open up those industries, though. Yeah, I have not actually opened up those industries. Let's go ahead and core that province, and I'll open up a pearl industry in this province. That's not it. There we go, pearls. That is a mine, which is weird to think about. I'll throw 10 ducats into that, and then we'll see where that goes. I don't think any of my provinces right now are actually, except that province over here, is actually producing, because those 3 do not have open industries. So once I get those provinces cored, I will deal with that. Coal deposit, ivory site, pearl site. Let's look at the farmland as the last one. So we got, in terms of farmland, there's like a heartland up here, a little bit of heartland over here. Apparently there's not a whole lot of farmland in the Egypt region, but the land is more fertile, theoretically. Cairo produces, it has 525 units of farmland, and the income is 267, and the irrigation is rank 4. I think it should be because of the soil quality, and the average temperature is what makes it produce a lot. And then there's some provinces down in Africa. Most of these provinces are just for forests, but some of them have good farmland, which I can throw some money into as well. Try to close that gap. Alright, so I've actually moved my troops into position to attack Chimu, who has a lot of men. My stability is actually pretty bad, but once I get these these cores done, it'll get rid of this plus 40% stability increase interval. And then pretty much from that point out, I'm just going to try to leverage the nobility, reduce their power to about the 40s, and then from there, hopefully my stability is improved a little bit, and then once I keep feeding, I think that's at least 2 rounds of me feeding stuff to the nobility, their faction opinion of me should be pretty high. So corruption should also be down, and then I'll be able to revoke some stuff from them, and then that'll just go down to hopefully around 0, and then it'll prevent me from getting a huge amount of corruption, and then I'll be able to take some stuff away from them. Alright, so Holy War, show superiority. I have 12,000 men up here, And 12,000 men down here. Let's go ahead and send these guys to take this province. Hopefully we can lightning take this province. I'm gonna have those guys get picked up. Don't think they're gonna get down here in time to take that, to save that province. There's a bunch of cores and colony. France is no longer a rival. That's unfortunate. I have no valid rivals now. Is that 4 forts in a row? Fort, 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 fort. That is horrible. There we go, down to -3. Oh, alright, looks like we're committing to this. Okay, we won. Let's actually move these guys over here for their cannons. I want to siege this down. So I have somewhere to fall back to, in case we need it. Widespread tax relief, we can go back up to -2. And then the other thing is I have some troops over here. I'm gonna try to conquer this area. Because that shouldn't be a whole lot of coring costs, because these are some not great provinces, so I don't know that these guys are over here. I don't know who they have as their allies, so I'll just not call them, and I'll call them Yaka, because I think their ally is just Kansanje. Alright, and they can take care of that. Alright, didn't have to, artillery barrage that, so that's nice. I'm gonna loot these guys. And I think I just grabbed 3,000 ducats from this province. Which doesn't seem right. That's a lot of ducats right there. It is Dev 52, but most of that is rural development. They're not making anything from it, so I'm not sure if that's the manpower glitch. Hopefully not. We have a new province in Brazil. Where's the... oh, is it this one? That could not be farther away. These are some pretty far away provinces. Well, Brazil, you better get colonizing. Alright, we've taken this province. There's a fort blocking. Alright, they're gonna take that stuff. Don't know where this fort is. Hopefully it's this province, and not this province. Nope. Their capital is up here. That is a nice capital. 64 urban development. I want to loot that. So there's missions. I can go ahead and do this one for getting a province in Brazil, or... yeah, one fully colonized province in Brazil. Morale of navies, envoy travel time, ship trade power for 25 years. Sure, I don't really look for stuff that is permanent. And I think there's one permanent thing in this entire area. This entire 2 chains. Okay, there's actually, there's this one, which is culture conversion resistance in the Incas area. Subjugating the Incas gives you gold rush, which gives nothing. So that's cool. Yeah, there's one for culture conversion resistance, which is like, okay, I don't control those provinces anyway. There is this one, though, that gives local trade power plus 20% for just discovering a province in the Japan region, which I've already done. I think I knew about Japan from the start of the game. A lot of these are actually just discover places, but I've already done that. One of them is to own Zenji Bar, which Portugal usually gets that province for free, but since I cut them from the coast, they can't do that, so I should be able to take that. Fez their subjects own... This one, though, is to own 10 fully colonized provinces in the colonial Brazil region. So I now own 3. I'd have to send 7 successful expeditions to complete this. So I think that's what I'm actually going to do. I'm going to send... Actually, I don't want to not have territory over here, so I'm going to send an expedition to the Moluccas to try and grab some of this territory, because if France and England grab everything over here, then I'm kind of screwed. So I want to at least make sure I grab a couple provinces that I can use to take these provinces from England and France. This is the Malacca. See, this is the Malacca region. I don't want to send one there. I want to send one to Indonesia. There we go. Okay. Want to make sure I'm sending it to the right place this time. So I think I'll just send a couple over there, grab provinces, and then move back to Brazil so I can complete that mission. And then I can get a claim on Oyo, because I want to complete that river system. So I need these 2 provinces to start building a capital in this province. And then Zanzibar... Interestingly, Zanzibar would actually accept vassalization. So I wouldn't have to conquer them. I could just vassalize them. There's... Wait a minute. How's there... We have negative 53 distance between borders. We literally border them. I could not be closer to Zanzibar. I don't have slots now. I could always break the alliance with Canon Bornu, but then I'm also annexing Granada, so that should free up a slot. So I think I'll try for vassalizing them. Because I think that would fulfill that mission, right? You just have to have it controlled by... It says owned by Fez. Doesn't say... Or subject. That's in my range, right? No, it's not. Okay, that's weird. Hey, something's up with that because this is a full core. So that's kind of weird. I think I'll just try to vassalize them. Should be able to ally them. Can royally marry them. I've only rejected their alliance in the past, so it's only -11 to that. So should be pretty easy. So I'll get started on that. Alright, that is the fort. That should go down pretty easy. There they are. It's fine, they can take those provinces. I'll take their heartland, they can take those not great provinces over there. Alright, I'll leave 2 mercs to take that province, the rest can go over there. I think my ruler's in charge there, so I'll go ahead and put this guy. Two siege guy. Yeah, that should go pretty fast. You can take everything, guys. Just grab it all. I think I'll take these 4 provinces, and then I'll move some troops up there to stop them. Sedanda, Kilwa should be able to handle that. They have 15,000 men. Let's get trade power from Zanzibar. Alright, we took this province in Indonesia. Does this produce spice? Is that, where is that? Does that show up in the terrain? No, because it is a, farm good. Not sure if I would be able to do spices down here. I'll check that out, actually. Right now I'm going to end this part and pick it for the next part. So, continue this conquest down here. I'll take this province back. Once I get all these provinces, I'll take that province back down here from these 100 angry mobs. And should then form a colonial nation down here. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.